Yeah, honestly, just kind of relaxing, taking a deep breath, understanding that this basketball game is like just calm, cool, collective, and honestly just enjoying the time with other WNBA players that you don't really get to hang out with all the time.
What have the opening celebrations, things like that, been for you over the
It-
last 12 hours?
yeah, it was super exciting. I think last night we all kind of had a great time just hanging out, but I think it's great. All-Star Weekend is such a great environment, and I think honestly the Fever have done an amazing job of just making this city just so fun and really showing people how full of life it is.
Good Morning America this morning.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was super exciting. I think Good Morning America is always just such a fun opportunity, and then we had the live crowd, so everyone was there cheering us on, and just super excited. I think you can really just see and feel the energy of how excited all the fans are for All-Star Game.
What's been your conversations like with Caitlin as she deals with all this frustration and injuries?
I mean, just continuing to be in her corner and cheering her on. I think the biggest thing, especially as a player and a competitor, it's super hard when you have to sit out. And so for us, just making sure that she knows, listen, we got your back no matter what. And I think that's really all we can do because as a player, you deal with stuff differently and you kind of just get through stuff differently. So I mean, we're just doing our best job of just letting her know, like, listen, we got your back, take your time, but we got you.
What do you think about the rules that they put in place for this game in terms of like the 4-point shot and the no free throws and all that? Like this is gonna be the fastest game in history.
I know, saving my breath right now. I think it's gonna be great though. I think the 4-point shot and obviously no free throws kind of just makes the game fun, and you just get up and down and play. I feel like the entire season, like teams like to play fast anyways, and so now you have all stars on both sides just competing and running up and down that floor.
You gotta be in shape.
Oh, of course, you know it. Or it's okay. It's also you don't have to do too much in an all-star game.
Exactly right. No defense.
Exactly.
There's been a lot of discussion about your growth as a playmaker. Just how do you feel that you've improved?
I think just reading the defense. I think when you look at the players that we have on our team and the ability to space the floor, being able to make the right reads, the right passes, but also credit to my teammates because I think they do a great job just finishing and getting to the next play.
Earning your third All-Star selection, joining Tamika and Kelsey, what does it mean to join the franchise ranks in that way too?
Yeah, it's special. I think it's just always a blessing. Like I never take this moment for granted. Being an all-star, I just think it's like surreal. I feel like from my first all-star nod to now, it's like every single time, it's just an exciting experience when you get to hear that you're named an all-star.
How cool is it to share this with your teammates in Indianapolis and to watch Lexi tonight?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I saw that and I was like, okay, sniper. Like I remember they'd asked me who do I think is going to win the 3-point competition. Now I have to change my answer because obviously I'm going with Big Lexi. But I think it's amazing. I think the fans are going to love it. They pour into us every single night, and I think it's going to be great for other fans to see that, but also get poured into because it's like, listen, like we come out here and we compete, and I think the fans do a great job of cheering us on.
One more question about the CBA. Like, how did you guys feel coming off the meeting yesterday? And what do you feel like you have ahead of you to get what you deserve as players?
Yeah, I honestly think we have a lot more conversations to be had, but I think it's great that we were united in the way that we were in going into that meeting, and so I'm excited to see what the future holds for us.
Caitlin picked you number one overall in the draft, but now she's hurt and can't play in the game. How much does that kind of change things for you, or maybe your excitement as well?
I don't think it changed my excitement. Obviously, I'm bummed for Caitlin, but like I said, anytime you're an all-star and get the opportunity to play in a game, I mean, you just take advantage of that. But we talked about it this morning, and Caitlin was like, "Yeah, I'm on the sidelines. I'm coaching." I was like, "Coach C, okay, we're gonna see it." But I think it's honestly gonna be great. Caitlin does a great job of once again pouring into other people, regardless of her situation. And so for us, we're just gonna continue to do that and just have some fun.
For Coach Caitlin, you gonna make sure in a huddle there that she draws up some plays?
Yeah, she needs to get that clipboard out. We need to see what she got. I need her to set me like a flare, so I need a flare 3 or something. We'll see.
Aliyah, would you like to see more of a natural actual break? Like NBA at least has 2 or 3 days. You guys go right into Sunday. Is that something that's talked about at all amongst players?
Yeah, I definitely think that would be amazing. I think it's kind of hard when you go from the Olympic break All-Star last year, which felt like forever and it felt like heaven, and then now you come and you have a game in the next 3 days. So I definitely think that's something that hopefully in the future we can look at, but as of right now I feel like you just embrace the moment, you know what it is, and you just be ready to compete.
Aliyah, is there an ideal length of season? I'm not saying something we can get to right away, but in your mind, like this season, and I asked that, Gabby was talking about it's the pace of play, the turnover. Is it an ideal length in your mind that would be maybe for the best from
Ooh. An ideal length, I feel like it's kind of hard to actually say what I think that looks like, but I definitely think space in between games a little bit more is just beneficial. And I know it's hard because we're trying to get all the games in the season, but I think just thinking about our bodies and recovery and traveling from the West Coast to playing and having a back-to-back can be kind of tough. And then you also want to make sure that you're able to perform every single night for the fans to come out and support you. So I don't really know ideally, but I definitely think being able to have a little bit more space in between some of the games is definitely going to be important for us.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
Go ahead, I'll play.
Okay. If you were given one wish to change anything in the league right now, what would that one wish be?
Ooh, I mean, I'm going to go with like calls, not actually anything in the league. I think that you should have your challenge. Like you should, if you win your challenge, I think you should be able to still have your challenge. Like because if you're successful at it, like yeah, I should keep it. You shouldn't lose it after like 2 like successful challenge calls. I don't know. That's just me because I just feel like if you win it, then you should be able to keep it.
I'm just wondering the difference. You were, I think, a freshman in South Carolina the last time for CBA negotiations. Now, you're a multiple All-Star and everything. What's it like just for you personally, kind of going through this process now as opposed to when you were just a young woman, as a college?
Yeah, it's definitely just something that I feel like I'm learning every single day. Like I listen to Nneka and Kelsey and Stewie and Fee, and they talk about what is happening and even the discussions. And I think it's just so nice to be able to learn and look up to the people that we have at the helm because they've been in the league. They've experienced like both sides of it. And so for us, obviously I came in where we were kind of transitioning into this new space, in this new era. And so for me, it's just understanding and once again, just being able to be confident in my voice. But I think at the same time, like they also make you feel confident. So no matter what, like you can feel free to speak. I definitely think they understand that. I think what was important for us was being in unity and showing up because this is our league. We are the players. And so for us, I think they definitely understand the nature of where we're coming from and what we want and how that we're going to be determined.
What has this been like to just see how the city has embraced, as soon as people walk into the airport, they know the All-Star game is here, and that has not been the case for probably most of the All-Star games. What's it been like for you? Because this is your second home.
Yeah, honestly, it's awesome. I forgot who I was talking to yesterday, and they said, yeah, we like landed and there was a basketball court in the airport. I'm like, this is how Indy does it. I think Indy pours into you. Everyone pours into you. It's such a sports city, such a sport town that it's like when we have these events, we continue to show why Indy's the best city.
Complex is getting ready to drop its best dress list for the league. Who are your top 3 best dress players?
Ooh, best dress. Okay, I'm going Rakia. I'm going Arike. And I also think Olivia Nelson-Adota has fire outfits.
Who is the best drip?
Who's the best drip?
Who are the best ice?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know that one. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to my sister Nalissa. I'll just say she has it. Of course.
Aliyah, when you're talking about, walking into the airport and all the signage around the city, what does that say about the growth of the WNBA in terms of your conversations with the CBA and the business?
Yeah, exactly. I think it shows a lot. I think it shows that the W is continuing to grow and that once again people are buying in, people are supporting, people are excited to see the league grow. I mean, we're having new teams the next coming years, and so obviously it's growing, and obviously there's a demand for the W, for women's sports, a bigger opportunity for more players to come in, more rookies to have an opportunity to play in the best league in the world. And I think Kathy and that side understands, like, once again, like what we're fighting for and what we want. Of course.
What's it like when you get this group together and it's not competition? Just kind of hang out, spend some time with each other, and it's not on the court.
I think it's great. I think anytime you get the chance to just get to know someone more than just being a competitor, because when you're a competitor, it's so hard to see anything else other than you're in my path. And so I think it's pretty awesome. Like, I love the stud buds and how they honestly bring people together. You can see it, you can see the energy, everyone's happy. And so I think you really just get a better understanding of people and you get to know them better. I think it's amazing.
You feel a bit like a host this weekend?
Yeah, 100%.
Show up, India, show what we got here.
Absolutely. I always say Indy's the best place to be.
A lot was made about the more than 40 players who were in yesterday's meeting. But what was your reaction from across the room from the W? Were they receptive to the things that you guys were saying?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty great to be in that meeting. I think once again you get an opportunity to learn and you grow and you get to listen. I think we definitely stated our part and they stated theirs, and so I'm super excited for the conversations that's going to be coming from that.
I spoke to Alex Mazzella yesterday from Wood Rival. He said he doesn't think there's a conflict of interest with Fisa and Brianna Stewart. He said it's even helpful that they understand how to build a league. What are your thoughts on that notion that there might be a conflict of interest with that?
I feel like I really just continue to mind the business that pays me, and that one really doesn't pay me. But honestly, I think Fee and Stu, what they've done with Unrivaled has just been super special. But I also think when they're looking at what they want, because they play in this league too, so this is not just about what they can do to get Unrivaled more and do whatever on that end of the floor. Like, they also want to be paid and be treated the right way, especially. And so I think honestly they do a great job at the helm, and yeah.
Aliyah, you just mentioned how like being kind of like the host, the All-Star, like how special that is for you, and obviously like Caitlin Clark is still going to be around and be on the sidelines and stuff, but just for not being able to participate, health is obviously a priority, but you know, how does that just, I guess, what are your thoughts on like the unfortunate situation that she's unable to play because of her injury?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just unfortunate. I mean, you never want someone to be able to miss an opportunity like All-Star, especially when you're hosting in your city. But once again, like I said, Caitlin is just, she's going to continue to pour into us. She's going to have fun. That's Coach C on the sideline this weekend. And so for us, it's just, listen, we're here to have fun. But you also, like you said, you want to make sure that you're safe, you're healthy, because we have a long season to go.
Aliyah, run me through your dream PE with Adidas. What's the you were to be on?
Ooh, my dream PE. Let's see, I love the Dawn 7s. I'm a big color girl, so all my PEs so far have been super colorful. Probably some pink in there, probably some purple. I like to do like blue because obviously I'm from the Virgin Islands, so the water. But yeah, something like that.
And if you had the chance, would you jump at getting a signature shoe with Adidas?
Oh, definitely. That's no question.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah, it's super exciting. Anytime I get to rep the VI, which is every day, all day, I do, because there's so many young girls and so many young athletes that look up to me and see me as some place where they want to go. And so for me, it's just making sure that I'm the best role model for them, because I had role models as well. Yeah, I mean, you just calm, cool, collective. That's really what it is, and just enjoy the moment, because right after this game tomorrow, we are back to be competitors. We are back to playing full games. And so just really just taking this time to protect your peace, have some fun, and get ready to go out there again.
What are your reactions to the All-Star Game rules, these 4-point shots?
Yeah, I think it's fun. I think the crowd comes out here. They love to see people that'll shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. So I think it's pretty awesome. And we're just going to go out there and have some fun.
Aliyah, safety has been in the spotlight, which being discussed. From your perspective, how would you describe the current state of player safety in the league?
I want you to know, you're going to have to repeat that question.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't hear you.
Player safety has been something that's been in the spotlight over the last couple of seasons. From your perspective, how would you describe the current state of player safety?
Yeah, I mean, I can really only speak for me in Indiana, and I think it's great. I think our security does a great job. Everyone does a great job making sure that we're safe, making sure that if we need anything, need to be anywhere, that there's someone with us. And so when you're looking at it from the Indiana Fever perspective, honestly, I think everything's great, going well for us.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Who's one WNBA player that's an All-Star that you think deserves their flowers?
It's an all-star?
Yeah.
All of us. Honestly, I think anytime you get an opportunity to give someone their flowers, you should take it, because this league is hard to be in, and anytime you get the chance, someone's an all-star, let them know it.
In here in Indy.
I feel like this, but I feel grateful. It's a good opportunity for my family, my friends, the Fever, this city. So I'm taking it every day, like a really great moment. Like I'm like a kid on a roller coaster. So I'm just humble about it, really, honestly. I gotta be.
Aliyah just said you guys all had a lot of fun last night with the festivities starting off. How's everything started out for you?
It's good. I think that you get to build relationships that you don't think you know, like some of these players you just know them on the court, and so when you get to know them as people, you gotta respect who they are as women, no matter where they come from. And I think it's a great way to have like a sisterhood kind of like, I'm like, oh, they're super cool. Like, You know, when you don't get to know people outside the realm of basketball, it's fun just to get to know who they are as women.
I'm going to try to lower this mic really quick.
Sorry about that.
Kelsey, how's the vibe?
I don't think it's together.
It's really fun. The personality of people that you don't get to know. It's like everyone has a competitive nature on the floor. And so when you get to know them and they fizz or they cheer with their family, their friends, or they even get to know you, it's like, I get to know you off the court. This is cool. So it's just a good vibe to have, I think. And it's really fun to know that women are just, super dope. And I think I get to compete with some of the best in the world.
Kelsey, a lot of weekend to go, but how different has it been so far, and how much different do you anticipate it being home for all of this?
I think it'll be fun. I think that even you guys as the media get to see a different realm of light that you guys deserve as media outlets. I think it opened up so many doors for like the game of basketball, but us as people, like it's just an opportunity to connect on different realms. And I think that for us, basketball is the way to do that. And I think it's fun for the city. I think it's fun for our families. It's just fun for the world, considering everything that's happening.
Kelsey, what did you make about Lexi Hall taking Caitlin Clark's spot in 3
I'm just, on a serious note, I think that Lexi deserves it. I think that CC's dope for making sure that happened, or the WNBA for that matter, I don't know. And I think that for the Fever, like it's just a good way to represent and have someone that, this city loves, and who Lexi is on the floor just kind of represents who we want to embody for our 3-point contest. So it's fun, and I hope she represents as well. I have great hope in her.
How different will this weekend be with Caitlin having to be sidelined now?
It won't change. It will not. Caitlin will still be Caitlin, guys. Trust me. She's gonna be in coaching uniform. Like, you'll definitely see the competitive nature, but I think for her body deserves what it deserves. From a break standpoint, I think that we as, her teammates, we deserve to see her get her flowers in different ways. And I think this weekend it will still be about what her and other individuals has brought to this league, so it won't change much.
Kelsey, you're from Ohio. How do you feel about league expansion?
I'm excited. It's nice to have a couple more teams, like I guess it's Midwest or on this side of our, state-wise. I think it's better for, opportunity, and I think cities like Detroit and, even Portland for that matter, just open up different realms of like life for everybody, and I think basketball is like the connector for it, so I'm here for it.
Kelsey, you spoke about All-Star giving people maybe a chance to see you in a different light and maybe to get to know you off the court. How important is that for fans of the W to know people as people and not just athletes?
I think it's a dope opportunity to just be a human, and from that standpoint, I wouldn't pass that for the world, bro. Like I really honestly wouldn't, because everyone has a different walk of life, and I think that we got to use it as a form of love. And I think basketball is just kind of like a good utilization to say that we can all do this together. And I think getting to know people as people, getting to know you as a person is it's a different way to love and connect. And I think sport is like a dope way to do it.
Kelsey, sorry if this has been asked before, but joining Tamika and Aliyah as a three-time All-Star, what does it mean to just kind of join the ranks of franchise history this way?
Grateful. Some of those names that I can't believe I'm even a part of those conversations. Tamika Catchings alone is like she is a GOAT. So it's for me, it's like take these opportunities for what they are, don't take them for granted. And I think about, me and my family, what we've been through, and my dad not being here. It's an unbelievable opportunity for me to just stay grateful.
How do you avoid getting used to this as an honor, if that makes sense? It's a big deal, but you've done it 3 years in a row. Do those emotions conflict for you at all?
They don't conflict because I'll never be ungrateful. I know who I am from a standpoint of what I've been through, and we all are disposable. No one is not expendable. We all can just be, the next one is stepping up, and so you got to take these opportunities for what they are, and I'll never take them for granted. So I'm good where I'm at from a mental standpoint to say, like, every moment is like a new moment for me.
What do you think of Cambridge hosting this after you played in the barn and Hinkle and all that throughout the year?
Oh, Hinkle. Jesus. Hinkle was a lot, but I think that it was a pavement to like build up on what it is now. You got to think, man. I remember what it looked like when we had to go from different place to different place and still be the home team, quote unquote. So to know that we have it here and everything is in Indy, it just gives us opportunity to connect And I think for me, like, Indy deserves it. We were due.
And Kelsey, on the same token, you talked about getting to know you as a person, but there's also some negativity that surrounds the W and from the fans. It's kind of targeted towards someone like Angel Reese. Just how do you feel that she navigates that, not only as an athlete, but as a Black woman?
I think it's important to make sure that we keep it less about color and more about just human to human. I think if you just have decency and common decency about what we do as women on the floor, you know that Angel Reese is a bad woman on and off the floor, and we as women have to represent that. And I think that she embodies a lot of what this world reflects is happening. And I think she does a great job of like making sure she keeps herself professional. But we as people just gotta be people, and I think that everyone knows what that means. If you know, just be a good human. They don't have to do or deal with anything other than just being a good person, and that comes from internal. So.
And what would you say to that person that likes to say nasty stuff on the internet? Like, again, you are a human being, but there seems to be people that kind of forget that.
God bless you. No matter where you are, who you are, and what you're going to think out, God bless you, because I hope your spirit is in a healing stage to where you don't have to make these comments, because it's really bashful. We as women, we come on here and we try to compete and connect and use hoop to, express ourselves. Like, it's not always gonna go our way, and the people that bet on us and the nasty comments that we get about the people we do and don't play with, it's like, it's disrespectful to what we were trying to do. Like, give us, the benefit of the doubt, and I hope that people see us as humans. Like, your 9 to 5 is just the same as mine. Don't get that twisted. It's just, even though it's just in a different realm of life, like, we're all trying. Like, trust me. Like, we want to do our best by you, and vice versa. And I think that the fans out there just have a little common decency about us trying. Like, give us some grace, because we're doing a lot of things differently than you would, but we're working just like you.
Now with 3 of these, in what ways do you try to embrace what the weekend is, despite going from event to event, right?
I think it's pretty fun to just, event from event, I get to see a different person, interact with a different friendship. I'm like, oh, I didn't know she was like this, or I get to do something with Lisa Leslie and stuff like that. I think as I go from event to event, I'm just like, I get a new moment, and I don't want to miss the moment. I want to stay in the moment, and I want to be grateful about it.
Would you like though a break after this? Like, that seems like a much needed thing for all of you guys, rather than going right into practice on Sunday.
I can say this now because it's over. That back to back, I'm still recovering. So yes, but I think we're here for a reason. We all are. You guys are here for a reason. So let's just all be where our feet are. Okay.
With the number of years you've been in the league, what is going to be most important to you on these negotiations as a veteran player? I mean, just you don't have to speak for the league, but just for yourself, what are you the most hoping for?
He just asked me about Hinkle. I put at Hinkle. I put at the barn that they consider. I've seen what this league. I've seen what the Fever has done. I see what I've seen the pavement. Like, I've seen the work, and I say that to say, like, we as players deserve what we deserve, and I think that we've worked hard for that. I individually can say from where the Fever started to where it is now, I think I was a part of a foundation that people like Tamika Catchings, Breon January, Kareem McChristmas laid, but I think I can say, like, 8 years in, like, I've seen it not be so great here, and I know what the time it took, and I think that we as players deserve what we deserve from, whether it's revenue, player experience. When I say a barn, I literally was playing where it was poop at, and I'm not even joking. And so, like, when I say that, I want to, hopefully the league can look at it as, like, we've made pavement to be where we are, and I just hope that they see that. I really do.
Kelsey, beyond just the 3 of you guys who are representing the Fever, everyone is involved. You have, Natasha doing activations. Everybody's kind of all over the place. Sid's doing Fever Fest. What does it mean to have everyone be able to see your whole team here, not just the 3 of you representing the franchise?
I think everybody, we always talk about the train, and we always talk about the car going in our locker room, and I think that every piece is a part of the puzzle. It's a part of the car. The car don't go without the brakes don't go without, y'all know what I'm trying to say. So it's a domino effect, and I said to say that's our team. We don't roll without Lexi, we don't roll without Sid, we don't roll without Tosh, and I want people to see that, like, I love my team. Like, we have a really dope locker room, and from a standpoint of, like, the weekend, like, they as women deserve it. Like, who Sid is as a person, she deserves her comedy. Who Lex is as a bad woman, she deserves athletic. Like, whatever it is, like, we as women deserve it, and I think that our 12 or 13 or whatever, 11, 9, 8, wherever it was, we've been through a lot as a group, and our flowers are happening in Indy this weekend, so I want them to have fun.
Wait, so what's the train or car analogy? That's something you guys talk about?
Like, I feel like to have a steering wheel, you need this. To have a brakes, you need that. To have, to shine, you need this and that. To have the rims look good, you need the tires. And I think, like, every piece of the puzzle of like, it needs to work for all this to happen. And I think who Lexi is with her rebounds, who Sid is with her energy, who Sid is as her personality and making people smile. It all serves to who we are. And it makes our team who we are. And I think that piece of bringing it all together just kind of keeps everything flowing.
Kelsey, what's on your feet?
On my feet? So shout out to Nike. I got a nice little custom here. Nike's really dope. I'm a Nike athlete, so this is big for me. I love D-Book, everything that he's done with the shoe to make my feet comfortable. So shout out to D-Book. Got a D-Book on today, so shout out to Nike.
Did you ever think you'd have your own color, or how cool was it?
Very humbling. I love D-Book as a hooper, so to know that I get to represent his shoe this weekend, shout out to you, man. Hope you see this too.
Kelsey, you mentioned the improvements that you've seen the WNBA and the Fever make just in your time in the league. Your rookie year, you guys won 6 games. And I'm wondering, apart from just the obvious, like the personnel, what do you think have been the biggest changes within the Fever organization that has led to these improvements?
Culture. Culture is everything. You can't have cancer in culture. And so you have to be able to go through a couple things to see what that looks like. And I think those 6 games and then not even being in contention like year after year, I think it needed to happen to be here. And I wasn't traded in because I think it made me who I am and what this league is now.
You had some true WNBA legends on that team. What did you learn from them that you're still carrying with you?
Shout out to Erica Wheeler. She was where she is now, what she's doing in Seattle. Just dope, because when I was a rookie, she was kind of like there and showed me how it's supposed to go, just being a guard and just figuring out my way. Natalie Achanoa, Candice Dupree, I had some really dope vets when it came to like learning how the game goes. So shout out to them, because I don't think I would be here without that kind of process.
Kelsey, were you in the meeting yesterday? I was. How did you think it just went overall? Like, did it meet your expectations, or were you kind of surprised at the process?
I was definitely, I'm not a talkative person, so for me it was a lot of learning. I just sat and I took notes, and it was about soaking in what's happening and how big this moment is for us as women. And I think for me it was about making sure I was connected to our union with Miss Terry, NECA, and what they're trying to do, and be a physical space, like just be there and show your support for knowing what they're trying to do. And I think for me, even though if it get choppy, arguing, whatever happens in debates, I think it's for the right cause, because we as women deserve what we deserve, and we hope that we can all just get what we deserve.
Do you feel like for 2 more guys? Do you feel like the WNBA? I mean, I heard that Kathy said multiple times that we hear you, we're listening, all that. But do you feel like they were actually receptive, or there's like a progress made in certain ways, or?
I'm not really sure. I think for me, based on how everything went, it was about making sure that less about we hear you, and more about do action. And I think NECA did a really great job of making sure Nafisa made it abundantly clear, like, this is what we are trying to do, so hear that. And I think as long as that's connected to Kathy and to their side, I'm good. And they did. Our leaders, they were amazing. They stood on business, and it's important to have those kind of leaders supporting the movement, because we just want what we deserve. And if you know, you know. You know where we started. I just told you about my 8 years here in the Fever, so trust me, like, it's time.
Kelsey, Steph was saying the other day, just with Caitlin's injuries and being in and out, that it's just really important for you all to pour into her, especially the disappointment of not being able to participate this weekend. So how have you done that as a teammate, and how are you guys as a collective doing that right now?
We partied yesterday, so
that helps, right?
On a positive note, it's good to see her smile. She's been through a lot. She's trying to figure out what she needs for her body, and it's important for us to make sure that she still feels felt, heard, and seen. obviously her fans do that, but we as teammates want to make sure that she feels connected to us all weekend. And so shout out to you, C, for just being a good person and being here and being present. I know as a competitor, you know, everyone wants to compete. You know, you want to have fun, but as a competitor, it's tough to not be a part of conversations and be a part of, you know, what you know you deserve to be a part of. And so shout out to her just for being a great captain.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Thanks, Kelsey. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.